They really, I mean, the media and the American politicians at the moment and the European ones are completely out of touch with reality. I know it sounds outrageous that you have a single human being called Al-Rasuli telling the world that their leaders are stupid and imbeciles. And they are stupid and imbeciles.
What are you going to do?
They haven't learned anything.
That's it. And I want to say, before, I know you have a lot to, but I want to say, the audience like me, we are not children anymore in age, and we have been listening to them, and you now have solved the mystery for us. Why would it always be every time on TV they say one thing, something else happens? Why is it they say one thing to this one and then something else happens? So I just want to say to the audience that you present as a guest in what you share with us, this is the missing link in why everything is so confusing. So go ahead, shed light on this.
Well, they tell you there are jihadi Muslims and there are moderate Muslims. They don't tell you that a moderate Muslim is only a traitor in waiting or a terrorist in waiting, while the jihadi Muslim is a traitor in action and or a terrorist in action. Does that make sense to you? It's really very simple.
It is. It sounds
there are no moderates in Islam.
Bingo. How can you be if the call is to destroy all the infidels? Then I don't understand it. Where is moderate in that kind of declaration of a massive attack? By the way, we are taking our first phone call. You know, you've become popular on the show. Our guest is a provocative guest. Our caller is just on the line. So I'm going to come right to the call right away because I want to welcome him. But this is what I believe good talk radio is. You put on somebody provocative like you, and it gets people starting to think. I want to go to my first call, Bob Bell. Our guest is describing something, Bob, I don't know if you saw in the news today, but I'll tell it to you very quickly. You'll see it on the news tonight. Is making all the big newscasts. An individual who's a Muslim leader in the world. Bob, how many times do you hear Muslim leaders say on television, they say, well, I'm a moderate. I am a moderate. I'm just a moderate Muslim. You've heard this before, right?
Sure.
All the time. The guy is on there today, on videotape, they caught him. I am a moderate. Then the camera moves. Now the microphone is on. He does not know the microphone is on. What does he say, Bob? Listen to what he says. He says, we are at war with America and Israel. And you say, what? Wait, you just said you were a moderate. You said, we are at war. Our war. He says, our war is with Israel and America. Now, Bob, what is your question or a comment for our guest who has been telling this to the American media? They don't listen. Our guest has been, he offers himself to Fox, ABC, all these networks. Myself and others have encouraged these networks to put him on. They don't put him on. Any question you would like to ask about this revelation, this contradiction, this two-faced presentation to America by people who truly hate us, but they won't say it on the microphone. You got to have a microphone open to catch them. What is your comment or question for our guest? Go ahead.
Is this like something that, has this happened a lot before? I mean, I would think, it's funny. The thing that hits me more than anything else is was the guy from America's Got Talent, American Idol, who just said something, I hate America, and was really, like they caught him off guard. But this is sort of thing, it's problematic. I mean, you have people who, are, you see what they like, what they're really feeling. And, I'm curious if, this is pretty endemic within, people like this. Leaders
my guest, Al Rasul, Al Rasul, how often is this said that we never hear it? We don't hear it, and you are familiar with it?
Every day. You remember Arafat of the PLO? He used to speak in English, very moderate, and he says that he is not doing this, he's not doing that.